What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the 6 Round Podcast, episode 28. We're getting up there. Let's go. Oh boy, we got a good one. I can't believe it's already time. UFC 291.
This shit's gonna be so good.
Oh,
The rematch from the fight of the year in 2018. The Battle of the Austins, Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje for the vacant BMF title. Let's go!
let's go.
This is a great card. It's a great main event, and it's obviously the biggest fight of the weekend for us. So we just have to start there,
bro. Okay, I'm sorry because I
go.
I love this fight. And I know, like, you know, everyone's like, oh, Dustin's going to win. And I've been saying that Gaethje's going to win because I just like to oppose people. And also, like, I just, you know, can't just rule them out. But I am low-key kind of leaning more towards Gaethje now. Like, for real, for real.
Okay.
Because did you happen to watch the press conference at all?
A little bit, and I was just like, yeah, this is about what I was expecting, so I turned it off.
No, yeah, but I mean, not for, like, the entertainment. But Dustin looks skinny. Like, skinnier than normal. And I brought it up to Jimmy. I'm like, yo, he looks skinny. You think this was, like, a rough cut for him? And then I know that he was, what's the word? Like, using the machine to get the altitude, like, down wherever he was. But then he's up here and he's saying that it's not affecting him. But it's like, how good is that really?
Yeah, he said that he had, like, the, like, a mask or whatever. And then the, like, the tent. I know there's, like, tents that people use that it, like, simulates, like, high altitude for when you're sleeping or whatever. But yeah, that has definitely been a big concern for me, like, throughout this entire, you know, leading up, and especially it's gotten closer. It's like, Gaethje trains in Colorado. He's been there for years. That's higher altitude than where it is in Salt Lake.
Yes.
I know Dustin, he's never been one to, like, get tired. Like, that's never been a problem of his, but it's like, I just don't know if, like, using whatever different, like, science, you know, methods to, like, simulate it, if, like, that's actually better than the real thing.
You're not, like, it can work to an extent, but, like, you're not actually acclimating to the what, because, like, you're dealing with that when you're training or whenever you're in there. But the rest of the time, you're still at sea level or below sea level, because he's in fucking Louisiana, and that's probably close to below sea level.
Or training in Florida, but yeah.
But either way,
that's
sea level.
Okay, but the same thing at the same time, like, sea level or lower, either way. And so, like, it would be affecting him in a way, like, where it's like he might have better cardio because of it, but the cardio is not going to match up with the climate because he hasn't acclimated to it. He's not been sleeping in it. He's not been training in it. He's not just been walking around in it.
Well, and so I think that's with, like, the
with
like
the tent?
Yeah, with the tent, it's like sleeping at night in it. So you know, to, like, because I know even, like, Chiesa was talking about how like, he wanted to come out here, like, to Salt Lake, like, a month early to, like, you know, but with just because I know we were kind of talking about it, it's just hard to, like, bring like training partners out and, like, all of that. So he went up to, like, I forget the mountain name, but it was, like, a mountain in Las Vegas. And so, like, he went up there. It was, like, whatever high altitude, and or maybe it wasn't, but I'm pretty sure it was still Vegas. But, like, I forget. But, like, he went up to, it was just, like, went up to altitude, he would sleep there, and then during the day, he would drive back down to, like, his gym and, like, do his training and stuff. So it's, like, I guess, because I had it mixed up in my head where I thought it was, like, you train at altitude, recover at, like, sea level, but I guess, like, you know, like, training, like, you know, at lower elevation and then recovering at, like, higher elevation, it's, like, I guess that's, like, the trick to kind of, like, without just living at elevation, doing all that, you know what I mean? It, like, takes
not doing
effects. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I don't know where that would be in Vegas. I don't know the exact. I don't know Vegas like that. So
yeah,
but
because I thought that was, like, the difference between elevation and altitude, though, is that, like, when it comes to altitude, can't it kind of change with the air pressure and how like different things can affect the altitude? Like, where your elevation, you're gonna stay where you are, but the altitude a bit.
I definitely remember seeing something one time of, like, people don't know the difference between altitude and elevation. I was like, haha, I don't. And and I have carried on with my life since until this point where I have to think about it again.
I know, right? We never thought, like, because I feel like that makes sense, but like at the same time, I'm trying to think like, because
I don't know what the difference.
Well, I think it's elevation that can change, but altitude doesn't, because altitude is based on sea level, whereas elevation is going to be based off
the height
where
of it.
the height.
Because I just remember reading something and I didn't. Again, it was kind of like Jimmy, where I didn't read through it fully at all, and I thought that I saw something like that, so I brought it up in case maybe you guys knew. But I guess we're all just dumb, so it's okay.
Yeah, we all don't. Yeah, we don't really have, but like just using like the logic, it's like altitude is based off sea level, whereas like elevation is going to be based off the position from the like ground level where it would start at going up.
Okay.
So I think that's
it. Either way,
that's would make sense to me anyway. So, but yeah.
Either way, I don't know. Yeah, he was just looking skinny, and I was like, might be rough for him. Talking about he didn't want to do this fight again, and then he got the butterflies when he got the call because he knew it had to happen.
Well, I mean, at least with that, it's like that has been like a consistent thing that he has talked about. Is like those are the fights that he wants and has been going for 4 years. Is like when he gets that call and like it makes him nervous. He's like, like this is the fight. You know what I mean? And
no, but that's why I said like he got the butterflies and he's like, I need to do this.
Yeah,
and the logic makes sense. Like it's those things when you're at the level he is, like maybe like a Matthias Gamrot doesn't get you nervous. But a Justin Gaethje fight again is going to get you nervous, and it's going to make you train that much more hard to make sure you continue to win.
Yeah, man, because either signing up to fight either one of these guys, that's like, like you hear so many times where it's like, oh, like fighters leave a piece of themselves like in the cage or whatever, like after a rough fight or like a war.
Yeah.
Bro, that's damn near every single one of their fights that they're fighting. You know what I mean? Like, like other than Habib and Oliveira, for both of them. I mean, Oliveira did piece up Gaethje a bit. You know what I mean? Like on the feet, where like he definitely struggled against Dustin more. But like other than that, like all of their fucking wins, basically, well, Gaethje had like the good run of like not getting into like a lot of wars.
Yeah, he had like the Cowboy, the James Vick,
and Barboza wins.
Wins. So yeah,
but like either way, both of them, they're just like they say, it's just a car wreck. They're just going after each other, and they're gonna cause damage. And yeah, Dustin don't think this fight's going the distance. He said if it does, they'll be talking about it together in the hospital.
Yeah,
and I think they're gonna be talking about it together in the hospital either way.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
There ain't no way that even if unless it's like first, second round finish, you know what I mean? Something like that. There's just no way that Dana's not going to be like, you're going straight to the hospital to get checked out.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is, even if it's second round, like, and it's 2 crazy rounds, you know what I mean?
That's
it's
very
like,
true.
Because there ain't, I don't know, I just can't see it being like, say, like, just boring at all or slow or incredibly dominant, like one-sided dominance, like you said, like it's gonna be a war. So with that, it's like even if it goes into the second round, unless they start off slower and then someone happens to get a quick finish somehow, I don't see them not having to go to the hospital either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can understand that 100%.
And that's the thing. It's like it's Salt Lake City last year. It's not the craziest place of like with the altitude and everything that they have gone. They've been to Colorado, they've been to Mexico City, and it's like people have like guessed there and stuff. Like of course, but man, last year everyone basically other than Usman gassed on that card.
Yeah,
like
that
had
was
a very
so crazy.
uncharacteristic. Like even Marab, the fucking machine, was like, I'm gonna shoot 20 takedown attempts and just hold you on the cage against Jose Aldo. And like even Marab wasn't like going full like it. Man, that's what I've been feeling Dustin for a while in this, but as it gets closer, all these different little factors, I really don't know. I don't know if it's gonna lean toward Gaethje a little bit more with that. It's such a good fight either way though.
Oh yeah, either way, it's a great
fight of the year, basically guaranteed. You know what I mean?
More than likely, more than likely. But yeah, no, like I've kind of been riding with Dustin this whole time. I'm still riding with Dustin at the moment. Like I don't know. I just don't see Gaethje. Even like after he had like gotten more smart with his actual fights, I still think Dustin he has that number, I think. I think he can get it done.
Because, like, like, with the first fight, like, everyone's just made a big deal of, like, okay, Dustin was getting chewed up by the leg kicks and everything. Gaethje don't throw leg kicks like he used to. You know what I mean? Like, the amount of leg kicks that he throws is so much less. It is crazy. Because, he would just walk in front of you, just, hands up, just like, all right, you're going to be punching me? I can kick you in the legs now. You know what I mean? Like, it just... But...
or it would legit be, like, a 1-2 leg kick. 3-2 leg kick. Like, he would be throwing a leg kick at the end of every single combination.
Hook into the clinch and throw a leg kick in the clinch. Like,
I was gonna say, he was throwing leg kicks in the clinch in most of his fights. Like, come on.
Those old Gaethje highlights of him throwing leg kicks are absolutely beautiful to watch.
Do you think he'll go back to that or no?
Because
I know that he hasn't been, but, like, I don't know. I think that
to be fair,
try to bring that back, like, knowing that he was fucking up with them.
Well, I think that's entirely possible because, like, all right, let's just look at his last two opponents, Oliveira and Fiziev.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them not really heavy on the front foot, good kickboxers. Dustin's main thing is his boxing. Like, he is a bit heavier on his front foot than most other fighters. Like, it's possible he can go back to the leg kicks just because of it being him being heavier on the front foot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still southpaw versus orthodox fighters. So
so it'll just be smacking that leg into the inside of the calf. Like, it's just, I don't know. Either way, I think it ended about, like, it was like 30 seconds or something like that. It was very quick into the fourth round in the first fight that it ended. I don't think that it's going to go that long. I just feel like, they both fought when they were 29 last time. Both of them are 34 now. They both gotten a lot better, but they both taken a shit ton more damage as well. Like, I just... It's going to be great. BMF title on the line. And what, you think winner gets title shot against a winner of Islam Oliveira?
Probably.
Yeah, more likely. I mean, their numbers 2 and 3, and
there's, like, no one else that makes sense currently.
I was about to say number 4 is who? Beneil.
Yeah, Benny.
Yeah. Beneil needs a win. That's Chandler, Fiziev, Gamrot. Like...
Right, and it's like, Benny just lost to fucking Oliveira. Chandler loses to everyone at the top. Fiziev just lost to Gaethje. And then we're at number 7.
Gamrot lost to
Benny, but
lost to Benny.
But I was gonna say, even, like, without that, it's like at that point we're at number 7. So why wouldn't you give the winner of number 2 and 3?
No, exactly.
No, exactly. Like, it makes the most sense, and
I mean, Oliveira rematching either one of them, like, that's just hype, it'd be great, but it's hard because Islam is the fresh fight for both of them. Even though they both lost to Oliveira already, I feel like both of their best chances of getting that undisputed is against Oliveira in that, right? Like,
yeah.
Because, I mean, they both hurt Oliveira early, first round dropped him, like, I just don't know if they can do that to Islam.
No, I don't think so either, but I think Dustin has a better chance of beating Islam than Gaethje. Gaethje's going to try and do his... Like, if Islam takes him down, he's going to try and, build a base, and he's going to give up his back and just get choked out again.
Yeah.
Gaethje has the worst chance against both Oliveira and Islam than Dustin. I think Dustin has a better chance against either of them and a much better chance against Oliveira than Islam.
So, like, I don't know. With Charles, I think a lot of it just comes down to I don't know, wherever he's at in his mind, because it's like, he really can go to war. He really can, like, he really is a great fighter. And it's like, like, he gets dropped or whatever, but he's so willing to get up and, like, continue through it and, like, can end up powering through it. And I feel like right now he's just, like, he's just been working on just, like, getting bigger, getting stronger, just getting better. And he still sees a run in him, as to where they're talking about, like, oh, if the title's over, like, Dustin's like, I got a few more in me, whatever, like, or I don't know if that wasn't Dustin, that was Justin, but either way, like, they're just, like, seemingly more towards the end as to where, like, sure. Oliveira is like, no, I'm in this, and I really have that drive for it. But it's like, with Islam, I don't know, you think that if Islam doesn't immediately take shoot a takedown, and, it's on the feet a little bit, you don't think that Dustin would give him a harder time than Oliveira.
Uh, I
mean,
don't
at that
know.
point, it's southpaw versus southpaw, right?
Yeah,
Islam
it is
southpaw.
southpaw or southpaw.
And Dustin has a lot more experience fighting a southpaw fighter than Islam.
Because like I'm not trying to take away from Islam. I know that his run in the UFC is not his fault, but that doesn't take away from what his run in the UFC is.
No, yeah,
you know. So it's like to get the title shot, he fought Bobby Green. Like he hasn't gone against these guys that are like some big strikers, and it's like Oliveira went out there and shit the fucking bed. So it's like you put Dustin in there, who probably won't shit the bed like that, and and will like give him a bit more adversity. You don't think that he has a better shot against Islam than Oliveira?
I know Islam hasn't, fought like,
and that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to take away, like,
I know, but I just think that he's so patient and calculated on the feet, like way more than Habib ever was. I don't know. I feel like he gets that takedown so much easier than Habib would. Like, I just don't think that Dustin is gonna
be able to keep it on the feet with him.
Yeah, like I don't think he's gonna bring anything too crazy. Like I don't like his shit. Like Bobby Green, fucking Dan Hooker. You know what I mean? It's like they're not like the greatest guys, but like they are great strikers at 155. Bobby Green was like pressuring Islam back. You know what I mean? That he was like one of the first people to like actually kind of do that, and it just didn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? Like I
guess it's just like, and we've talked about it, just like the levels to 155 and the power 100%. Behind it. So it's like they might be great strikers, but do they have the same power that like a Dustin has?
No.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like we saw him get touched up by Volkanovski and shit. It's like, so let's go like a true 155er, and it's like if he really touches him up at all, like I think Islam's fucked. If he gets hurt at all, he's fucked. But I don't think that he has zero chance, because obviously I know that he's really good. He's patient. He can get the takedown. But like, I think he could be fucked if he gets like a clean shot from Dustin.
For sure.
That's my big thing. Is it's more just like getting hit with that clean shot. And the thing with Dustin is it's not going to be his like offensive strike. It's going to be his counter strike, and that would be what got him that type of knockout. Like I instead of just being like, him trying to pressure Islam back, throwing 1-2s, lead hooks, and then he backs off. Islam tries to get his back. All of a sudden, straight left hand. Islam could be out cold. We've seen it. We've actually seen Islam knocked out cold before.
Yeah.
No,
whereas
that's fair.
We never saw Habib knocked out cold. Like, so there is that, like, just in the back of your head, like, it could happen at least. Like,
I just feel like
I think it's much better than it was back then, but it's still a possibility.
I just feel like that's where just confidence plays a big factor, and when you just have like all the guys like Dustin and like Gaethje and Conor, like all going to like fight Habib and shit. It's all just like like, oh, it's like the threat of like the Dagestani wrestling, and like I just gotta like like defend like the takedown, just stay on my feet, and if I could just keep it on my feet and land that shot, then I can win. That was not the mindset of Volkanovski. Like I feel like he was just like, I'm going in there to beat this dude everywhere. Like I don't give a fuck if it's you know what I mean? Like
100%.
So just with Dustin like losing to losing to Habib, losing to Oliveira, like 2 championship fights where in the 3rd round he got his back taken and choked out. You know what I mean? It's like that's something that's going to be playing in the back of his mind, where it's just like, damn, if I get taken down, I could be fucked. And it's
that's
like,
very true.
And that's where I just feel like Islam wants to fight both of them because it's the fresh matchup, but that's easy money for him. I genuinely think that like. He's 31. Both of them are 34. By the time like they get the fight lined up, they'll probably be 35. Who even knows if the winner of this fight's going to be the same after this fight? You know what I mean? Like
that's the other part of it that we haven't really discussed. But
like
the hypothetical match of like right now of Islam versus Poirier or Islam versus Gaethje. I think they're both like I think Islam probably wins both those fights, but like Dustin Poirier is the much harder fight than Gaethje is.
For sure,
Gaethje is the much easier fight.
And it's just funny because like Gaethje has like the way better wrestling background and everything, but it's just man, he
stopped using it. It's like he left school and never did it again.
And It honestly seems like he's never trained jiu-jitsu ever in his life. I don't think this man has ever put on a gi or anything. Like, he just...
But, like...
yeah, that was just some rough shit against Khabib. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
But
Could you imagine fucking Dustin actually pulls a guillotine against Islam and actually gets it?
Oh, and it's because I said it to like Kate earlier, like I think a week ago or something. I was just like, what if Gaethje like shoots and Dustin was actually able to submit him with a guillotine, and he became the first one to to get subbed by Dustin's gilly? That'd be crazy.
That'd be hilarious.
That would definitely signify the end.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, that's a great fight. A great main event. UFC doing UFC shit. It's like, it's a pay-per-view, so we gotta have a belt on the line. But literally everyone in the world is like, the belt doesn't matter. This fight's a pay-per-view main event. And
yeah, but I mean, either way, of all people, they deserve it.
Oh, for sure.
This is the fight that deserves that. And I love that Masvidal gets to fucking belt the winner.
Yeah, oh, man.
No, that's amazing. Also, just looking through Dustin's record, bro, stop trying to pull the guillotine. Try and grab a fucking Darce. You've at least won twice with a Darce. Like, come on.
Yeah, nah, he's just all about that gilly. But moving on from an amazing fight to just another amazing fight. This shit, oh my goodness, it's chef's kiss. Jan Blachowicz, the legendary Polish power, versus Alex Poatan Pereira, moving up to 205. Former middleweight champion, former middleweight and light heavyweight glory kickboxing champion. What you guys feeling about this one?
This shit's fire.
This shit's fire, and it's the fight of the people who beat Izzy in MMA.
Yeah, but
Izzy got the win back.
Yeah.
I mean, he did, but bro, that would be the craziest flex for Jan Blachowicz to have a win over Izzy and Pereira.
Yeah, I mean, Jan's the man of, like, if your first fight at 205 is Jan Blachowicz, you're losing. Yeah. Like, if you're moving up, he's done that 3 times before.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's done it like 3 times.
Yeah, like. Luke Rockhold, Jacare Souza, Israel, and yeah, I feel like there was another one in there, but
so do I.
But yeah, either way though, it obviously winner of this fight has to fight Yuri. You know, like that's just
yeah.
I feel like they should have made it for the vacant title. It would have just been fun. I don't know. I just feel like
neither of them were signing up short notice for 5 rounds in Salt Lake City.
I don't think that either of them think this is gonna go 5 rounds, but I understand the prospect behind that. But I also, this just makes me feel like the UFC knows that Yuri's either ready or almost ready to come back by like the end of the year or by January, and they're just like, no, let's just hold off on it because then we can just make that into a vacant title fight and just, you know. Yeah. Instead of making, especially like with Jan being like former champ, losing to Glover, then having a draw against.
Hey man, he's the only one that jumps to defend that title. All right, you better put.
No, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, like with what's going on with what's been going on with them. I understand like what their hesitance is, especially considering it was like what 2 weeks before this fight, like Jamal dropped it.
Yeah,
and
it was not long ago.
Yeah, neither of them are going to be ready for a potential of a 5-round fight. Not saying that this will go 5 rounds. I don't think it does. But have a potential for this to go 5 rounds at altitude. Like, Jan probably would have been fine with it, but...
All it took was for me to watch one of the Weasel's breakdowns. And I am so utterly convinced that Alex is knocking him out in the first round. Not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Every time someone throws a left hook at him, whenever he throws like his own left hand or whatever, his right hand is like, there are times like it's fucking behind him, like it's
literally
all the way
as far away down or back as it can go.
He never, like after he punches, his right hand never like covers that left hook, like never. Never, ever, ever in so many fights. And just even what, like, that's exactly how Thiago Santos got the knockout over Jan Blachowicz when they fought. Jan was blitzing, just, coming forward, not putting his hand back, left hand just caught him, knocked him out cold. Bro, if Jimmy Manuwa, Thiago Santos, fucking Glover Teixeira, like, if so many people are catching him with just easy left hooks, bruh.
Pereira's following suit.
Just look at the Strickland fight. He throws out a couple jabs, gets fucking Strickland to, like, get conditioned to, just parrying the jab, and then just faint jab, left hook, boom, he's done. Just do the same shit to Jan. Like, I really
Jan
think that
also
this
has
is
bigger reactions to feints than Sean does, so.
What was that?
Jan has a lot bigger of a reaction to feints than Sean Strickland does.
Yeah.
You'll have him biting on feints before you've even actually tried to set anything up.
Yup. Yeah, and his only defense against the left hand is just moving back. Like, that's all he does every single time. And yeah, I think this is going to be very quick work for Poatan, and I would love him to fight Yuri. Holy shit, what a fight that would be.
Then the winner of that fight's more likely to fight Jamal.
Whenever Jamal comes back.
Bro, that
46 months.
4 months he's here. He's ready to go. But yeah, this is such a great fight. Yeah, former champ Alex, he's 36 years old, so he doesn't got much time in MMA, you know what I mean? Is he still 35, I think?
I think he's 35 still, but...
Okay, no, he just turned 36.
That's what it is. Okay, yeah. There you go.
36, 20 days ago. Let's go.
So, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't got much time.
40.
Yeah, but it's 205, you know what I mean? And this dude's a fucking animal, so it's like... I can definitely see him getting some good work done at light heavyweight before his career's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with that, it definitely would be awesome if he could get that belt and just make some good money in the short time.
Oh yeah, and
shit,
get the trilogy with him and Izzy at 205. I feel like that's what the UFC is like trying to work towards, honestly. I think that's what they like, because how you're saying like the winner of that fights Jamal Hill. It like, especially depending on how long Jamal's out and how shit goes at middleweight with Izzy. If if Izzy beats Dricus, then he's moving up to 205. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's inevitable.
No, yeah.
But going from one 40-year-old man on the card to another, Wonder Boy is back versus Michel Pereira. What a fight this is. What a wacky matchup, but I fucking love it. Michel's on a 5-fight win streak. What, he ranked number 15, I think, in at welterweight?
I believe so.
Yep, number 15 fighting Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, number 7. Just an absolute vet. Been around in the UFC for so long. Has had 2 title fights against Tyron Woodley. Had a draw in one of them, lost the other. He's looking to go back on another title run, and he won Strikers to get it done. Do you guys think he can do it?
Can he beat Michel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he can beat Michel, but...
Can he get the belt back? Not back, but can he get back to a belt? No?
You don't think he can get back to a title shot?
No, because the people in front of him are Shavkat, Burns, Bilal, Covington, and Usman.
And his last...
Every single one of them ragdoll him to the ground.
But that's why he wins this one. You find him another fun striker or something to beat, and you get him a title.
Who?
Someone.
Jeff Neal, Vicente Luque?
MVP. It doesn't
matter. Jack Madalena?
MVP. Get it done, UFC. I don't know, but he was talking about it. He was just like, hey, Leon's been fighting some grapplers. I think he'd want to fight a striker. He's really trying to find his way in there. But I mean, but also to your point too, it's like he said after this he wants to fight someone above him. So it's like,
literally, yeah.
You're not getting a striker above you unless it's Leon.
I didn't mention Chimaev because he's moving up, but yeah, no, it's Shavkat can ragdoll him. Burns already ragdolled him. Bilal already ragdolled
it out with him though.
He probably does a little bit, but like also.
You don't win that.
Yeah. But again, like, he can ragdoll him. Burns already did it. Bilal already did it. Covington could do it. Usman could do it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he ain't getting back to the title shot.
Yeah, no, it just not anyone above him is enough of a striker that it's not going to instantly just turn into him getting taken down.
Yeah. But yeah, the Wonder Boy, dynamic striker, great karate fighting, just beautiful to watch every time. And then you got Michelle Pajeda, who came out throwing backflips and fucking jumping off the cage and like, I mean, to be fair, his only losses in the UFC, Diego Sanchez, which was DQ, and Diego kind of milked that a little bit. You know what I mean? Well, but we'll give that to Diego. And then he just tried to backflip his way to a victory against Tristan Connolly, completely gassed out, and got beat by a 155er that I'm pretty sure lost all his UFC fights afterwards and got cut.
That's funny.
His next two fights were against Pat Sabatini and Darren Elkins. Lost them both.
Yeah. But, you know, since then, he's had some great wins. Chaos Williams, Nico Price, Andre Fiallo, and Santiago Ponzinibbio. All decision wins, but he's just really been honing in the skills, looking a lot better. 29 years old. I really think he's, like, starting to focus all of his athletic talent into, like, actually fighting, you know, and not just being, like, an entertainer. It's a big spot for him, though, against a big name. And I feel like that's just going to bring out the showman in him, especially a dynamic striker like Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to be backflipping in Salt Lake.
No. What do you mean? I just, for some reason, in my head, the, like, biggest thing that I know, like, Michelle has done before is, like, throwing a bunch of, like, flying knees. And for some reason, I have that, like, I have just a UFC 4 clip of him, like, throwing a flying knee while Wonder Boy wheel kicks him in the head.
Yo, that would be absolutely beautiful.
Like, that has just been playing in my head for, like,
if Wonder Boy knocks him out in spectacular fashion,
gotta give him a title shot. I don't mind.
Give him a fucking title shot. I don't even care.
Why not? Last one. He'll probably, like, you know.
He's on a one-fight win streak against Kevin Holland. Sends losing to Bilal and Gilbert. He beat Jeff Neal and Vicente Luque before that, though. You know,
lost to Pettis and Darren Till before that.
Hey, there's been worse title shots in UFC history.
I agree, but I'm tired of the holdup, so we can't.
But it's Wonder Boy. You gotta let him. What if he won, Kate? What if he beat Leon? Don't let him bully you, son.
Be hilarious. He beats Leon. All right, guys, I won my title. I'm retired. Do you know how pissed Dana White would be?
But yeah, either way, this is gonna be, there's so many good fights on this card. Like it's just great. This is definitely gonna be another fun one. 170 pounds, a great division.
Oh yeah.
Moving on to a great division, but not such a great fight. Tony Ferguson is sadly back on a 5-fight skid, fighting Bobby Green. I don't like this for him. I mean, seeing him in the press conference, like, it made me a little bit, like, happy of just, like, all right, I feel like, you know, he's got, like, his mojo, you know what I mean? Like, but it's just, like, man, 39 years old, the amount of damage that he's taken in his career, like, fuck the 5-fight losing streak, the 12-fight win streak that he put on in the lightweight division.
Oh, my God.
He just El Kakui, like, it didn't matter what you did to him, he was just gonna bleed, smile at you, and just walk you down even more. Just throwing elbows and punches and kicks, just nonstop going after you until he broke you. And, oh man, it's so sad to just see the fall of Tony, man. It genuinely really breaks my heart. I just really don't want to see him get fucked up by Bobby Green in this one.
I know, but it just sucks because if he does go out there and win, he's talking about, you know, Bobby's my way back in. I'm going for a fucking title streak. I'm barely in my prime. 39 years old.
Title, baby. God.
Yeah,
I heard that. I think that's the point where I turned the press conference off. Was him saying 5 fights.
I feel like there's no win in this for him. You know what I mean? Because it's either he gets fucked up or well, yeah, like even if it's a decision, you know what I mean? He's gonna end up getting fucked up in the fight if he loses,
Yep.
or even if he wins, he could still be getting fucked up during it.
Yep, but still just damage.
Yeah, so it's like he'll either lose and it's just gonna be a 6-fight skid, and that's sad, or he wins and he just goes back into more wars.
Yeah, and
yeah,
it's like, you know, he's obviously his 5-fight skid, you know, fucking lost to Justin Gaethje, Charles Oliveira, Beneil Dariush, fucking Michael Chandler,
and Nate Diaz.
Yeah, and Nate Diaz. Like, so obviously Nate is like the last one of like not top 5 caliber. You know what I mean?
But I mean, oh my god, respectfully, even bringing that up, the way both of them looked, but we're talking about Tony. Like,
no, yeah, that that was such
a old man's terrible.
Yeah, it was an incredibly old man's fight. They were both gassed. It ended in the 4th round, but I mean, like, they were both just so tired, just walking around at some points, just like.
Yeah, Nate just fucking holding the cage and like, you know,
just Tony just standing there like, yeah, you do you, bro. I'm taking my breath too. Like,
him just not even being able to do the fucking classic Tony slide at the start of the fight, like, just
yeah.
It and to your point, like that's like the worst part about it is it's like, because, you know, like I said to you earlier, it's like the greatest, like, you know, thing that could happen for me is Tony gets a win, you know, here. Like, that would just make, like, nothing would make me feel better, like, you know, on this card. But it's like, to your point with how he's talking, it's like now he's just gonna want to fight like a fucking top 5 guy or some shit, and it's like, no, just take that dub, retire, like, just.
But I mean, it's like, even if he doesn't get a top 5 guy and they just give him a ranked guy in general, you know what I mean? Like, because in like from 11 to 15, they ranked Diego Ferreira at 15, but Frivola, Moicano, Jalen Turner, Grant Dawson.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't see a winnable fight in there. I really don't.
Like, the most winnable out of that is Carlos Diego Ferreira, like, for sure. There's not a doubt in my mind. But it's like, bro, dude just might get like fucking knee barred or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
but I mean, like, yeah. So even if that's like an easy
like,
win, then he's in the top 15. Then who the fuck is he fighting after that? You know what I mean? And if he wants someone higher, I'm not even gonna say RDA, but Dan Hooker, Armin Saryuki, and Mateus Gamera. You know what I mean? It's like
if he won and like I could see him even getting the loser of like a fucking like Gamrot Fazeev type shit. You know what I mean? Like. Like, I feel like that's the direction that he would go off of a win, like, especially if he gets a good win, you know, like, if he just because it's like, you know, to be fair, he did have a great round, like, first round against Chandler, you know, but
he did,
but like, that's the thing, I just feel like that knockout really just like sealed the deal, because just coming back against Nate, he just did not look close to the same, like,
no,
and that it was just so bad. That knockout was so bad. I hated that.
Yeah, like, every time it comes up, I just refuse to watch it. Like, I just can't.
Yeah.
Like, and don't forget, like, we're talking about the Nate Diaz and Tony fight. That wasn't even supposed to be the fight. Remember, they tried to book him against the Leech.
I know.
Like, the Leech would have knocked that version of Tony out 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, that would have been a first round KO for sure. Like, no doubt in my mind.
All right.
But yeah, so it's a rough fight. Bobby's probably just gonna look great across 15 minutes, like, more than likely. It depends on like how done like Tony's chin really is, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But if I had to guess, it's Bobby's just probably gonna be touching him up and looking nice, like, for just the unanimous decision win.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's not too sad. But to the main card opener, we got a fun one. Back at 170 pounds. Chiesa versus Kevin Holland. It's a wacky matchup when they booked it. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Chiesa had a long-ass layoff. Kevin Holland has just been fighting always and forever, just like he always has.
Yeah.
The classic striker versus grappler. But I think this is a rough one for Chiesa to come back to.
Yeah. Funny enough, discounting Kevin Holland's 1-0 contest, in terms of win-loss records, they have the same win-loss records in the UFC. 11-6.
That's really funny.
Technically, Holland has more fights in the UFC.
Yeah,
than Chiesa.
Yeah, Chiesa's been around for so long. Fought at 155 from a long part of his career, moved up to 170. Kevin Holland 185, moving down to 170. Definitely gonna be the bigger guy in there. I don't know. I mean, Chiesa could definitely just hold him, just take him down, and just not have a fun fight of it. But I don't know, man. I just really think that Kevin Holland's just gonna touch him up, and I don't think that is gonna be too hard. I feel like Kevin Holland's gonna look good here.
He'd touch him up, and also you gotta remember he is pretty good off his back as well in Holland. So remember he got the knockout over Jacare off his back. That's insanity. He could throw up triangles, he can throw up guillotines, he can throw up, he's not gonna just roll over and die if he gets taken to the ground.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of what I was thinking. Is if he gets taken down, he's not just gonna lay there and just be smothered. He's gonna try.
The people who were able to do that to him were Derek Brunson and Marvin Vittoria, who were significantly bigger than him. Because Kevin Holland was not a true middleweight.
Yeah, he was
should have been fighting at 170 the whole time. So
yeah, that's crazy. Just weighing in
Yeah, that he could fight fucking back-to-back weekends if he wanted to. If he got good wins at 185, that'd just be nothing for him. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. It's a great pay-per-view main card. 291 is good. The last pay-per-view, is looking like that was gonna be card of the year. This could definitely give it a run for its money, though.
Yeah, depending on how the fights go, 100%.
And then the prelims, we got some fun ones. Our boy Gabriel Bonfim is back versus Trevin Giles. I think he's gonna just roll right on through and keep the hype train going.
Yeah.
He is definitely the better Bonfim brother, in my opinion. 14-0. Yeah, I don't know. He's got good striking. His fucking jiu-jitsu is so good.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say, is that his wins are all over the place, with all different types of submissions, just knocking people out. It's bruh.
I mean, shit, Trevin Giles got guillotine choked by Zach Cummins and GM3 back to back. It was 2019, so a few years ago. But it's GM3, he'd be catching everyone in subs, but Zach Cummins, that's definitely not
that's
too
insane.
It's if he doesn't knock him out, I just feel like he's gonna have Trevin just probably panic wrestling, and he's just gonna choke him out pretty early.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much what's gonna happen.
Let's go. But that should be a fun one. Definitely excited.
No, yeah.
Other than that, this is going to be another sad one, I think. Derek Lewis is back versus Marcus Rogerio de Lima. I don't know. What do you guys feel about this? I just don't feel great about this. It's hard. It's
the thing is that I know Derek's been losing, but he's losing to ranked guys and just better people. They're both 38 years old. It's just a heavyweight fight. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's 1-4 in his last 5, but those 4 being Cyril Gahn, Tai Tuivasa, Sergey Pavlovich, and Sergey Spivak.
And on the flip side, you have Marcus Rogerio de Lima, who's 4-1 in his last 5 against Waldo Cortez Acosta, Andrei Arlovsky, Ben Rothwell, and Maurice Green.
But he lost to Blagoy.
Ivanov.
He did lose to Blagoy.
That was the one person who was.
He also got forearm choked by Romanov.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
He got arm triangled by Stefan Struve.
Yeah, but Stefan be grappling people. He got fucking Von Flu choked by OSP.
Okay, but that's OSP.
Like, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
It's like OSP be Von Flu and
really
everybody.
Funny? Because I don't think I've ever seen this on like a heavyweight record.
What?
But all of his losses, other than like the decision from fucking Blagoy, he was subbed. Forearm choke, triangle choke, Von Flu choke, guillotine choke, rear naked choke, rear naked choke.
That's really funny.
Yeah, no, he only has 2 losses to decision and 1 to KO TKO. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess because Strikeforce way back in the day is a decision. And then it just says lost in Chito, Brazil, so I guess that was a TKO.
Okay, yeah, it didn't say it, so I didn't even bring it up. But, like, just looking at all the ones that said it, and, like, that's honestly just from The Ultimate Fighter, so that's all UFC. All his UFC losses is 1 decision in subs.
That's so funny. I never realized. Yo, does Derek Lewis pull out a fucking submission win out here? Has this man ever won by sub? Not in the UFC. Not in Bellator UFC. Either. Well, he only had 1 loss in Bellator.
I think so he's either way gonna pull out back a sub in the and day.
That's going to be hilarious, or he's going to be the first person in the UFC to knock him out.
I don't know, man.
He has 1 on his submission.
Maybe Derek Lewis, maybe to your point, it is just fighting just the top level guys, you know what I mean? Just getting fucked up, but I'm just like, man, he got fucking just grapple fucked by the polar bear in the last one. I just feel like Rogerio de Lima could just like fucking take him down easy and just, I don't know. I feel like he's just gonna sub him quick.
I mean, if that happens, that's just...
yeah. Either way, like you said, it's some heavyweight fight. You can't be too hyped about it, but, it's... as long as it doesn't go to decision, it probably won't be that shitty. You know what I mean?
But Derek Lewis is cool, so that's why it's all right.
Yeah, but it's also fucking heavyweight in Salt Lake City, so they're
oh my god, why did I not think about that? This is oh god,
that fight's gonna be dog shit. It's going 15 minutes. Oh my, that just clicked.
Yo, hold up! Did you see that Derek Lewis said he's gonna show off a 6-pack? What you think he's walking out with, some beer?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. He's gotta be. Ain't no way. This man.
Do you think he tapes it to his stomach?
That would be hilarious. Bro, he just walks out with like a vest and it's just like 6 beers.
But bro, like that is one thing I did see in like the media day. Like he allegedly like last fight had to cut 28 pounds, and I'm just sitting here like, Derek, why the fuck are you having to cut 28 pounds? Why can you not maintain 265?
I thought he's been working at his weight, man.
I know.
He's just been lying to us all out here. Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
They shouldn't have put a heavyweight fight on here.
They shouldn't have.
No.
Yeah. Other than that, though, Roman Kopolov's back. He's a decent prospect. That could be fun. Jake Matthews back, too, against Darius Flowers. Filling in on short notice for Miguel Baeza. Very happy that Miguel dropped out of that fight because he was getting knocked the fuck out and he does not need that, so that does make me happy. CJ Vergara, who had that crazy fucking comeback against God. Was it Lucas Almeida? Was it?
Believe so.
Yeah.
Was it his last fight, Daniel Lacerda?
Oh, I think that, Daniel Lacerda.
It was Lacerda.
These are different. Yeah. This is a flyweight.
Yeah, sorry. I said that and I'm just like, that's not the right. But yeah, Daniel Lacerda. That shit was just crazy. So, and it's flyweight, so flyweights are always fun. And yeah, Uros Medic, for some reason, going up to 170 to get knocked out against fucking Semi the Jedi. But that should be fun.
Short notice.
And Priscilla Cachoeira is back. Let's go! Right? I know you're hyped up, Ginger.
Let's go, zombie girl. Respect.
She's filling in for Joanne Wood. Another fight that I'm very happy someone dropped out because I don't want to see Joanne Wood get knocked out by Priscilla because that would make me very sad. Yeah. But that's UFC 291. Let's go.
Let's go.
It's gonna be good fun. I'm very excited.
Yeah, definitely a good ass card.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we got some Bellator versus Rizin 2, which is not as much Bellator versus Rizin 2 as the first one, but you know, they got 2 fights of fucking Rizin guys on here. You know what I mean? I don't really know what is. I feel like they should have just done the same thing as last time, just line them up. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like when we were looking at the card, I'm like, this doesn't make sense, and it also barely even makes sense because they put the 2 people from Rizin in meaningful fights. Like it's Rizin versus Bellator for a belt, and Rizin versus Bellator for the brackets.
I mean, like, I guess it makes sense having them in the more meaningful fights, you know, because it's like, you know, especially doing like the cross, like, you know, bout that it like.
So whoever wins, the other person just don't got a flyweight champ then.
Yeah.
Like the other promotion, you know what I mean?
Not double. Do what Kyoji Horiguchi did. He was fucking Rizin and Bellator bantamweight champ at the same time, defending both belts. Bing bang, lost them both. Boom boom.
Bing bang boom.
But yeah, Patricky Pitbull. He was supposed to fight AJ McKee. I'm very sad that that fight fell out because now like the whole tournament, it's just the whole point was supposed to get Usman versus AJ, and now it's just all fucked. But now he's fighting Roberto de Souza. So
from Rizin.
Hooray! I just don't know. I don't know shit about him, and Patricky's the worst Pitbull brother. So. Yeah, and then the winner fights the fucking, I can't remember his name, but it was the dude that had the terribly boring fight until he got the finish in the 4th round. On like the last Grand Prix one. It was the same card as Usman beating Benson Henderson.
I can't think of who it was.
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was some Russian dude, but the fight was god awful, so I'm not excited for this at all. It sucks. But the co-main event though, very good. The inaugural Bellator Flyweight Championship is on the line for Kyoji Horiguchi. It makes sense. He's always been a flyweight. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. I don't know the guy that he's fighting, Makoto Shinryu. But he's 16-1-1. So, and again, it's flyweights, so it's always gonna be fun. Let's go.
By the way, the person you're thinking of, Alexander Shabley.
Shabley?
Shabley.
That's the guy that won?
That's one you're thinking of, yes.
Who'd he beat?
Torfik Masayev.
Tafik Masayev, okay.
Tafik Masayev, yeah.
Okay, that's the name that I kept having in my head, but okay, so he wasn't even the guy that won, so even worse. But then we got some other good fights on this. Danny Sabatello is back versus Magomed Magomedov. That's gonna be some fun shit. Magomed's last fight, he got choked the fuck out by Patchy Mix, but it's motherfucking Patchy, man. This dude's coming to fuck people up, so it's like there's no shame in that.
Yeah.
And Danny, he had a bounce back win after he got ran out of the fucking stadium by Rafion Stotts. That shit was funny. I'll never forget that.
I was just gonna say, I'm sorry, but I'll never forget that.
Yeah,
it
just
matter.
Always has to be brought up anytime I see fucking Danny Sabatello, so... What, he says he's from fucking Chicago, but he sounds like he's from Boston or something.
Looks like he's from Florida, halfway from Florida, but also Jersey Shore.
He's got a whole lot of shit going on, but he's a pretty decent grappler, so you know.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a full-on grappling match. Let's go. And then you got Andrei Koreshkov, Lorenz Larkin. Koreshkov is just fucking nasty. I did not know that he had a fight after the Chance Rencounter one, but that was the one. Damn, 38. I didn't even know that was that early into the fight. 38 seconds into the first round, landed a spinning back kick to the body, and it cracked like 5 of his ribs. This dude is an animal, and it's actually a rematch. They fought once before, so that should be some good fun.
Yeah.
But that's going to be all the MMA fights for the weekend. We got to have some boxing, too. I know Kate doesn't care nothing about that. I don't know enough about guys to really fucking talk about it, but I'll watch it and it should be fun, though. Let's go. Moving on, though. We got a couple of fight announcements that happened, and there's some goddamn good ones. We mentioned one earlier. 155. top 10 guys going at it. Mateusz Gamrot versus fucking Rafael Fiziev. That's gonna be a great fight. I am so excited for that. When I don't remember. That's August, I think, right?
September.
Okay.
September. 23rd.
Gotcha. But yeah, that. You think the winner gets is able to like get a fight back into like top 5 like type shit?
That's what I was just gonna say. That's what I think this is for. Because I don't know. It's hard though.
Winner of this gets a. I don't think they'd want to fight. I don't think they'd give him Benny. I feel like that's.
I mean, if it's Fiziev that wins, they could give him Benny.
Yeah.
For sure.
But if Gamrot wins.
Loser of fucking Gaethje Dustin.
I was about to say loser.
Dustin,
maybe.
But if Dustin loses, I don't think he fights.
If
Dustin loses, he might retire.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't know where they're gonna go from here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of even hard to have this conversation. Like, it'll be so much easier on Saturday to see how things fall and
that's very
where
true.
Things go.
Yes.
But either way, that's a banger of a fight. And
yeah.
That's the fight everyone wanted. Yeah. They both wanted that fight, so let's fucking go. And then we got a whole bunch of fights listed for 145.
Oh, yeah.
Edson Barboza versus Sadiq Yusuff. That's a great fight. I am so excited for that.
I'm glad Sadiq is booked again.
Yup.
Yeah.
I just think he might get fucked up though. I'm scared.
Yeah.
He's a solid striker, but he's very basic compared to Edson. And I mean, unless he could just really just pressure him hard and just stay on him, maybe work some grappling. But I don't know. That's a good fight though. Either way,
it's a good fight. I agree with you. I think Edson definitely has the advantage on the feet. He's able to kind of do anything he wants on the feet. It just
that knockout over Billy Q.
Anyone.
Oh
my god,
that shit was so nasty. Like. Oh, man. But yeah, that's a great fight. Another great fight. So good, but I feel so bad for Giga because he was supposed to fight Brian Ortega. For some reason, the fight's not happening. Well, that's the fight that they were going for. You know what I mean? Apparently, Brian's not signing because Giga's 100% down for that. So who knows about dates or what's going on with Brian? You know what I mean? Yeah. But he goes from potential top 5 guy to number 15 Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres, and that's just gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah,
a lot of fun. I feel like Caceres has earned a shot at someone higher than him. He's got 2 fights. He's won 2 fights in a row. And in all honesty, I know they were trying, or it was at least rumored they were trying to get Giga versus Brian Ortega. To me, which made no fucking sense because Giga lost to Calvin Kattar, who at the time was also still number 7. Like, Kattar has just been perpetually 7 since he lost to Holloway, I swear to God. But Brian Ortega, like, it is number 3. Like, to me, when they were talking about that fight potentially happening, I'm like, why?
It's a great matchup.
Just came out of nowhere.
Up there, you know what I mean?
Like
it's like,
okay,
that's the thing where I don't really mind it because it's like they just need new people in there. Like, it's exciting matchups. Like, we need to get some of these people that have just been chilling around the top to fight some of the newer guys. You know what I mean?
But
I see what you're saying. Where it's like, just recently losing to him, it's like, it's hard.
No, and he's coming off a long ass layoff.
Yeah.
Like,
either way though, that's a striker's delight. So let's go.
Oh yeah, I love this fight. I love him versus Caceres.
And the last top 15 fight for 145, motherfucking Thug Nasty is back versus 50K Dan Ige. And
this one also on September 23rd.
It's so good, but with all 3 of those fights getting announced, it instantly just from last week of London and being like, I don't know, Nathaniel Wood, Lerone Murphy, I feel like they could get some top 15 guys. Maybe Alex Caceres, Edson Barboza, you know what I mean? And it's like,
Nope.
Well, I was completely wrong with how that was going. Let's go.
Yeah.
The only one not booked out from 10 to 15 is Movzar, and I don't think they're gonna do that.
No one wants to fight Movzar.
No. Fuck it. Josh Emmett, if he doesn't move up to 155 for his retirement fight.
Nah, he's got to fight
Movzar
Patty. That's it. No ifs,
No,
ands,
I
or
agree.
buts.
I want that to happen. I want that to happen.
Don't you dare try and let him fight Movzar.
What I'm saying is, if that even materializes, if the UFC wants to do that, so I don't think the UFC would want to do that.
You saying Movzar versus Josh Emmett?
That's alright. Evloev would just decision him.
Yeah, I don't really want. To be fair, like, yeah, there's like, who else am I putting him up against? Cater? Like, that's really the only other person.
That would be great. Someone that can actually really put it on him, you know?
No, that's fair.
I mean, shit,
It's gonna be a
Lopez
slow-ass-
can put it on him, you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
no, I know, but that's gonna be a slow-ass first round.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
But
No
matter what on that one.
Yeah. And then, was it one more? I'm pretty sure that was.
Yep.
Daniel Rodriguez and
I was
Santiago
about to say.
Ponzinibbio.
Yeah.
Yep.
That. I mean, if this was 4 years ago, that's a banger of a fight. But it's like now, both coming off knockout losses. It's like they're both older.
Yeah.
They're both at the end. Like, it's still gonna be good fun. You know what I mean? Like they're like, it's not like, you know, it's changed their style at all. They're still gonna go after it. But it's like, 4 years ago, god damn, this would have been a great fight.
Oh, this would have been fun as hell. I still think it's gonna be a pretty decent fight, but yeah,
for sure.
I don't know.
But that's gonna wrap up our little fight announcements. And that's going to take us to our little weekly tough shit talk, because, I mean, we had 1 week of excitement where we were like, man, Connor might go 0-8.
Let's go. 0-8 does not go 0-8.
Yeah, it was almost really fun.
And then it wasn't, and it was like, well, that was upsetting. And then this week, that was just dog shit, man.
Bruh, nobody wanted to go to Connor's team except for, of course, Brad Katona.
Brad Katona.
So, yo, this whole time, I can't remember who Ro fought. What is his name?
Austin Hubbard.
Austin Hubbard, thank you. Yeah, so with both of them being on Chandler's team, training together the whole time, becoming friends, first off, Chandler didn't want to get involved, so during the fight, he's just like, I'm not going to coach either of you. So it was just silence. Neither of them were getting tips or nothing. You just heard little things from Connor in the background.
Quiet, like
you heard them breathing the whole time. Anyway,
yeah.
But then it's like on top of it, yeah, with them like building their little friendship and not having their corner, it just seems more like a sparring match than anything. Like they weren't going too crazy at each other. It just, I don't know, it wasn't that fun. And then Bro lost, and that sucks.
Bruh.
Austin with the split decision.
Because you know, obviously me and Kate like watched that and like, you know, talked about. But how did you feel about that? Like, did you think that Austin should have got the decision? Do you think that should have gone to Bro?
First round was extremely close, and then I had it second. If I'm trying to remember exactly, but I know like one of those rounds I 100% was like, that's a Hubbard round. The other one I was like, okay, that is definitely a Roosevelt round, and I don't remember the order. I think it was second was Hubbard, third was Roosevelt, if I'm remembering this correctly.
I just know,
but
like,
the first round was a toss-up round. Like,
I just remember when I was watching, and especially with the first round, it was like afterwards. During it, Austin was moving forward a lot, and like he was really active, but he wasn't really landing a lot, and you could just see him wearing the damage after the first round, which is why I just gave that to Ro, because it's like he was clearly landing the more impactful shots.
Yeah.
And then second round, I believe, is when he got taken down, right?
Yeah.
And I think for the whole round, he stayed on it.
Like, even on the feet, he was still catching him, and then when he got taken down, he wasn't doing anything with it. He was just laying on top of him, you know, like... He wasn't ground and pounding him, nothing crazy. He wasn't trying to go for no sub.
He had some soft shots to the body, but
that's why I said nothing crazy. You know, like, I know he was like landing a little bit, but he wasn't really going for it.
Yeah.
And no sub attempts, so it's like I don't know. I just felt like he overall, like Roe was just touching him up more and just doing a bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, like I get how he got the split decision, but I was just like, damn, I thought that should have gone to Roe.
I was definitely like on the fence. I was like, I could see this going to a split. It's obviously not going to be a draw. There's no 10-8s in here for it to even get close to a draw because they mentioned that. I'm like, no, this is going to a decision. Like, there's no way this can go to a draw. Like, no point deductions. No round was a definite 10-8. Like, this is just going to go to whoever they think won. And it just happened to be Hubbard on that night. Maybe if they'd watched it on another night, it would have gone to Roosevelt.
Because I'm pretty sure, like, watching it, I'm pretty sure I remember, like, I thought Austin won the first round, but then, I thought that, like, Roe was just landing the more damaging shots, like, throughout the second and definitely the third, you know, where it was just, like, I just felt like that was cleanly Roe's, and I was just like, damn.
I think we all agree that, I think we all wanted Roosevelt to win. I think we all think Roosevelt won, but, like, I don't think any of us are, like, what the hell on when they called a split for Austin.
No, it is because when Conor, like, you know, during, I think it was the second round, Conor's like, oh, you know, it's not a sparring match, you know, it's a fight. And I felt like Austin was really the one that was, like, treating it like a sparring match. Like, he wasn't trying to go hard. But you could tell that, like, Roe wasn't, like, you know, I feel like he was just too content to fight with, like, Austin's pace. But when he was throwing his 1-2s, like, he was really trying to chuck leather at him, you know, like, because, like you were saying, just the, like, the damage that he was wearing on his face just so clearly, like, he was just getting touched up throughout that fight. And so it was just like, like, you know, I thought he should have won, but to your point, it was just like, I felt like he just kind of shit the bed on that, and he just kind of gave it away, you know, he could have done a little bit more to secure it.
That was what I was saying before the podcast when we were talking about this a little bit, was just like, I feel like Roosevelt really needed that person in his corner to tell him to turn up the pace, turn up the heat. Like, I think that would have really helped him a lot, because that's what he really needed to do. He needed to turn up the pace. If he had done that and not fought at the pace Allison Hubbard wanted to fight at, he would have won that fight, like, without a question, I think.
Easy. And then it's like, even when he was taken down, just having someone, like, give him instructions, like, no, do this, do that, because it's the Ultimate Fighter. They're right there. It's pretty quiet. Like, that's what they do. They literally yell instructions at you.
But overall, though, I might give that, like, a 1 out of 10 for an episode. Like,
bro, the whole episode, like, I just did not, like, I cared for, like, the fight. I was like, okay, this could be a really fun fight until the end of it, and it happened, and then it wasn't. But, like, the whole, like, Conor segment, I'm like, I really do not give a fuck about this Irish stew bullshit that we're doing. Like,
and then it was just funny because, you know, always, like, I'm just like, bonus content, and then they're just like, let's listen to Chandler talk to, like, Roosevelt about how they're gonna do the coaching situation for his fight, and Kate was just like, that doesn't sound fun at all, like, and it was just so bad.
Why are we gonna talk about that when we see what the coaching situation was?
Right, like, it was just, I was like, this is dumb, this is not gonna be good, I want some silly, stupid bonus footage that I get to laugh at.
And Chandler's just telling Roosevelt, like, that he might be saying, like, you know, just, like, good job, or, like, you know, just these little things, but not, like, saying, like, anything real, and then he's just quiet throughout the whole thing, just doesn't say nothing.
Yeah, he did say might.
It was just, oh, man.
It was
not great.
At least with this next one, like, this next week is supposed to be, what, Brad Katona versus Tamir?
Yeah.
So we'll actually have coaching this time. We might actually have a decent fight.
Yeah, and Islam pulled. Yeah,
Islam pulled up. So
just for fucking to me,
respectfully.
Yeah, respect.
Just it was just funny because when they showed that clip, like, he was just, they just showed, like, the big ass gym, and it was just like, just fucking him, Timur, and, like, the fucking shit, just training whatever. It's like Chandler nowhere to be around, and Islam's definitely, I feel like Islam had to have been like, I don't want to see this guy, like, keep him away from me.
I think that's the other thing, is one, that, two, he's definitely not going anywhere near where Conor is. If him and Conor, I swear, if him and Conor get into a room, like, a fight will just happen.
Okay, see, Because I could see him being like, keep me away from Connor, but what's the point of keeping him away from Chandler? Chandler's not going to say anything. He's respectful as shit. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand him being like, I don't want to talk to him. Like, I just, you know what I mean? But like, Connor specifically, like, that's a real one. Like, nah, yeah, keep that guy the fuck out of here. It's just going to be problems.
I feel like that UFC definitely were just like, all right, we got to make sure that, like, Connor's 5 hours away. Islam, you're good to come.
No, yeah, like it just is impossible for Connor to be able to be there.
Dana's just like, hey Connor, let's go grab a drink.
Yeah, no. But hey, like we said, like this might actually be more of an interesting episode because, yeah, no, like Islam pulls up. We have actually both coaches being able to coach their fighters without there being any controversy with like, oh, how are we doing the coaching situation? Because guess what? We still have, 2 more semifinals after this, so... And they're all Chandler fighters.
Let's go... Yeah, So yeah, the next episode will probably be the last decent episode of the season.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Well, that's gonna wrap up our weekly TUF talk. Our weekly TUF shit talk. And, I think that's gonna wrap up the podcast. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Nothing else going on. UFC 291 is here. I'm so ready for it. Let's fucking go. Can't wait to see you all on the review for it. And hopefully it's as great as we're gonna think that is. Other than that, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. We got all the links in the description. And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, everyone.